Let's go, girls. All right, hey guys, this is AJ Unlimited here to bring you another video, and this one's actually kind of a follow up to my previous video, 10 tips for men. It'll be somewhere on the screen. I figured it's only fair to keep the balance of the universe in check to do 10 tips for women. Now, granted, I'm not a girl, and I only know what it's like to be a dude, but based on having three sisters and having been faced with many rejections and heartbreaks and what have you, let's just say I've been around the block. I know a thing or two about women. I know how they think for the most part. I know how they act. I know how they behave. And I know, I know a thing or two about this whole girl thing. It's kind of complicated, but I think I've cracked the code here. So here are 10 things, 10 tips for women. Number one, never ever say yes to a Chad. Now, what's a Chad? You may be thinking, well, a Chad, you see, children. A Chad is someone who, usually a guy, a male, who is going to come in your life and manipulate you for sex or for some sort of selfish purpose. It's going to be that guy who's probably wearing Axe body spray and wearing his hat backwards. Probably smokes weed all the time, and all he cares about is sex and alcohol and marijuana, and just getting his dick wet, and he probably just, yeah, he's just a total, complete, 100% textbook, full blown douchebag, only cares about himself, and he's going to manipulate you, he's going to corrupt you, he's going to try to take your purity. If, let's say, you're a virgin, you never had sex, he's going to try to manipulate you for sex. He's going to try to get in your pants, and he's going to make you feel like every little bit of abuse that he causes on his behalf is your fault, and that you're not good enough, and that you are basically just worthless. And he's gonna tear apart your self-esteem and make you feel like a worthless piece of shit. He's gonna make you feel like you're constantly not good enough, or you're trying to be good enough for him. That's a Chad. Stay away from that. Number two, the less makeup you wear, the better. I see a lot of this on Tinder and Instagram. These women look like Barbies and models, and they just look like just the makeup is caked on them, and they're doing the duck face. Yes, that duck face. Some of them even get, like, I think, medical procedures where they get like injections and make their lips look bigger, and they just look like a Simpsons character. And that's a major turnoff. Or any kind of like changes, like artificial changes to the body in any way, just a big turn off. We can tell. Trust me, we can tell when you guys use Photoshop or any kind of like unnatural, artificial makeup, or like technological changes you're making to your pictures or anything like that, or any filters, any of it. We can tell almost immediately, and it's just a big turn off, at least for the good ones. Just go easy, no, we're not looking at you that closely, so just, lay off the makeup. Number three, quit dressing like strippers or hookers or prostitutes, whatever you want to call it, especially when you go out to bars and such, because it's just, ugh. I mean, some of you are kind of trash and you're just looking for sex, which is whatever. You do you, honey, sweetheart. But for if you're just trying to go out and have a good time, have a few drinks, hang out with your girlfriends, whatever, cover yourself up. I mean, okay, I'm not telling you to cover yourself head to toe. You don't need to be showing off like your ass cheeks and all your cleavage and whatever else is going on down there or upstairs. Like, just, settle down, especially in today's day and age. It's all about sex and drugs and alcohol and the whole nine yards. People are just looking for a good time. And I don't know whether, I guess it's like kind of like whether or not you're into that type of stuff, just cover yourself up. What's the point? Just cover it up. Number four, I listed lay off the perfume, especially when you're at work. For fuck's sake, it's so obnoxiously obvious when you're wearing all that perfume, especially if you're like one of the prettier girls and you just have all this perfume on it. It's like it follows you, the scent. I mean, yeah, you smell good, sure, but there's a time and place for that, and cologne and perfume and all that stuff is it's supposed to help you be discovered, not announced. So lay off, especially in a work environment or school. I happen to obviously work with some females, and every once in a while I'll go into the locker room at work, and it's literally like a cloud of perfume, and it's usually at the end of the night on a weekend, and they're going out and they want to smell good, and they spray the whole freaking bottle on them, and then everybody else has to breathe that in. It's just such a turn off. It just screams narcissist. It screams, look at me, look at me, look at me. I only care about myself and I don't care about anyone else. It's the worst thing ever. So lay out the perfume, 1 or 2 squirts is all you need. That's all I wear. If and when I wear cologne, just like a couple squirts max. That's all you need. Number 5, I listed make the first move question mark. I put question mark because I know that traditionally, when it comes to dating and when it comes to asking people out, it's supposed to be the guy that makes the first move. But in today's day and age, there's so many rules that have been broken and twisted and changed and manipulated for so many different stupid reasons. And quite honestly, sometimes in some situations or under some circumstances, right, I think it's okay for the female to make the first move. Why not? I mean, at this point in our lives in this day and age, like I said, it's acceptable for the female to make the first move, especially if you think there's something going on, but nobody's really making the first move, and you're kind of waiting. Something you females have to understand is us men are kind of tired of it, right? We're tired of making the first move and being rejected, being turned down. We're just tired. We're very tired, worn out. So if you're into a guy, don't play those games. Just ask him out. See what happens. Number 6, I listed communicate. Please communicate. We can't read your minds. And it's so infuriating when you are not being clear with us on your thoughts and feelings and intentions and how you feel about us and just everything that you may or may not be thinking about. And it's such a, not only is it stressful and very, very annoying, but it's like kind of like a waste of time because we just want to know, kind of get to this point, yes, no, maybe, whatever. And then we're, scratching our heads thinking, what is she thinking? What does she really think? What's going through her head? And then we're wasting our time and energy trying to figure it out, and it's just such a headache, and we hate it. We hate that. So please communicate with us. Stop pretending like you have the higher ground just because you're not speaking to us about things that you should be. It's like, because we are going to lose interest pretty quickly if you keep doing that. So please communicate. Please tell us what you're thinking. It's not that hard. Okay, yeah, it is, maybe. I don't know. It depends on the circumstances. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And we're tired of putting up with that. So please stop. Number 7, I listed don't ever ghost a man. And I guess for those of you who don't know what ghosting means, it's basically like not responding to our text messages or Snapchats, leaving us unopened or unread. It is by far, without any competition whatsoever, the most infuriating thing a woman can do to a man ever. In the history of mankind, there's nothing more frustrating than you leaving us ghosted. Because you want to know what that tells us? That tells us, shoo, you're not good enough for me. You're not good enough for me. I want someone better than you that'll roll out the red carpet and kiss our feet and shine our shoes and shine our nail, get our nails done for us, buy us a 5-star meal, 5-course meal. That's what that's telling us. It's not telling us any more or any less. It's just telling us that we're not good enough for you. We're not worth your time. We're not worth your energy. And that's it. Whatever. And when girls do that to me, I just kind of delete them or I just ignore them or whatever. It pisses me off to the core. Because, like, how dare you? Who do you think you are? It's not making you seem any, like, mysterious, or it's not making me want to chase after you even more. It's just makes me, it's just a turn off. I just pretty much all it. Bye, see ya. I'm not gonna waste my time on you anymore. Number 8, stop with the mixed signals, please. Again, communicate with us. Stop, beating around the bush and making us one day think, oh yeah, she's super into me, and then the next day she's not into me at all. I've been through this so many times with the mixed signals, and girls sometimes act like they're completely head over heels in love with you, and then the next day they're just cold as ice, and they just don't even look at you, or you're invisible to them. And then the next day, it's like sometimes I'll have these girls, like, I'll be messaging them on Snapchat, and like they'll come to me like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? And then they'll respond, as soon as I can, right? Like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And they sometimes don't respond, or sometimes just give like a really stupid answer, short, quick answer. Or sometimes I'll go to them and, hey, how you doing? And then they'll leave me ghosted. They'll leave me on red. You women have got to stop doing this stuff. It drives us nuts. And it does not in like the right way either, where again, we're not going to keep giving you more. It just turns us off. It's a buzzkill. We just walk away. It's just frustrating, and we're tired of it. So stop with the mixed signals, and this all ties back into like communication, and you know like women making the first move, that type of stuff. Like it all ties into all of that. It's like, please stop doing this. Stop treating us men like we are your little puppy dogs, right? Where you only give us attention if you're having a bad day, right? Or like a book on the shelf, like you only pick us up when you want to read us, and then the next day, oh, I want to pick up this book now. I want to pick up this book, and you put that book on the shelf, leave it for a few days. Us men don't work like that. We're not disposable. We're not like temporary bandages for your problems, your day-to-day problems. We're not a margarita you sip on at the end of the day to take the edge off, and the next day you decide, nah, I don't want a margarita. I want a glass of wine. Men don't work like that. We're not here to serve you in that manner. So please quit with the mixed signals. Quit trying to treat us like we're just animals at a petting zoo. Doesn't work like that. There's mutual efforts and communication that goes on here. It's not all about you. Which actually all crescendos to my final point, number 10, and I put this one in all caps because it's just the nail in the coffin, the frosting on the cake here is, please stop manipulating men. I've made videos on this before of women doing this, being total freaking psychopaths and being just cold-hearted and being just bipolar, and I don't even know, the whole 9 yards. And I don't know what's going on with you women, and I try to be respectful. I try to keep my distance. I try to be kind. I try to just do everything in my freaking stupid humanly power to not lose my mind about this stuff, because I understand that, girls have girl problems and what have you, and I'm not going to get too far into that. Just because you're a girl and may seem sweet and innocent on the outside doesn't mean there won't be consequences to your actions. Boom. And I've come across a few girls pretty recently too that are kind of like that. Like they think they're all cute and sweet and innocent, and they can just treat men however they want, and then just skip to their loo and run off into the sunset and everything's going to be okay. No, it does not work like that. And there are consequences to this. And well, it probably doesn't seem like it because there's not a lot of guys out there like me who are like willing to sort of drop the hammer, if you will, and like put it into it and be firm and assertive and like, say no to these girls, which it's more complicated than that. And we all get it, but you women have got to reevaluate yourselves and reevaluate how you talk to men and how you treat us men and how you look at us in general, just as whatever relationship you may or may not have with a dude, whether it's whatever it is to you. Like, you have to not only be clear and honest with yourself, but you have to be the same with him. You know, you have to communicate, you have to talk about this stuff. And I know that all of this is way easier said than done, and there's a lot of gray area there. It's not all black and white. I get it, but at least try a little bit harder to be more conscious of this stuff, and don't just don't allow yourself to believe that you can do all of this stuff and just get away with it, because at the end of the day, it will come back to bite you. And like I said, us men are just tired, and we just don't trust women anymore at all. Not like we used to. I hope that I made some sort of difference out there. I hope somebody's listening to this that's gonna be like, yeah, wow, that's me. I should probably change it. This AJ guy, he knows a thing or two about us girls, So, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So, thank you guys once again very much for watching this. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, you know what to do. Please like, subscribe, comment, email me. It's all there in the channel if you want to reach out to me about anything. And as always, I will see you next time. God bless. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. Oh.